What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, the community posts. You already know the vibes, and I'm back at you with your Smackdown review. And man, this really felt like old times, man. The good old days when the Bloodline ran WWE, when we got multiple Bloodline segments, when Roman Reigns would just come out and you just could feel the aura, you could feel the mana coursing through your veins. And it kicked off with the returning of the man of the hour, the great man himself, the quarterback of the OG Bloodline, Big Jim Uso. And he's out there first, and he's talking about how he wants to beat up his little brother Solo, about how he has his own brothers now and his own bloodline, and he's not feeling any of that. And before Jimmy could really get more into his promo, we are joined by the OTC, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And he's coming out there and he's doing things a little bit differently. He's in a good mood, man. He's got his cousin back. And he said that tonight we are going to acknowledge Jimmy. And Jimmy had this look on his face like, me? You can acknowledge me? And it was funny. And it's always good to see Jimmy back, man. I miss the Usos together, but Jimmy is probably one of the most hilarious wrestlers in the history of history. This dude is so unserious. Even when it's time to be serious, he's still very unserious. But they get down to business. Jimmy says that, listen, he helped out Roman last week at Bad Blood, not because Roman wanted him to, not because Roman asked him to. He did it because that's his family, that's his blood, that's his cousin. He did it because he knew Roman needed his help. But Jimmy also realizes that in order to stop Solo's version of the bloodline, they need help. And you know who they're talking about. You know who Jimmy's talking about. He's talking about Jay. Roman knows Jimmy's talking about Jay. The crowd knows that Jimmy's talking about Jay. Everybody knows Jimmy is talking about Jay. But Roman's like, listen, no yeet. And the crowd went boo. But Jimmy's like, listen, man, I'm the only person left in the family that actually acknowledges you. And if we're going to get that Umafawa back, if we're going to make you the legit tribal chief, we need help. They got to get Jay. So throughout the night, you see Jimmy actually talking to Cody. And Cody's like, listen, thank you for the help last week. And Jimmy's like, listen, man, I see you doing your thing. You're doing your thing as WWE champion. Keep up the good work, Goose. And this kind of leads to what happens a little bit later. So, a match that a lot of people are really looking forward to. A match that was announced this Tuesday on NXT. For the women's tag team championships, you had Jade and Bianca defending against the Meta 4, the Meta Women, the Meta Girls, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. Now, for obvious reasons, you know, this is something very special to a lot of people that look like me, you know. We're looking at this like, oh man, this is something special. However, as the Meta 4 are making their entrance, Kevin Owens pops up. He's hopping in the ring, he's yelling at everybody, he's on the mic, and apparently this man was supposed to be suspended because he attacked Cody Rhodes after Bad Blood last week. And so this man was supposed to be fined and suspended. He wasn't even supposed to be in the building, but he's getting on the microphone, he's yelling, he's getting on the headset, he's saying that Cody betrayed Kevin, it wasn't the other way around. And Cody's coming out because he wants to get his hands on Kevin, and security and officials, they're all breaking it up, Kevin Owens and Cody. Even Randy Orton pops up, man. He's trying to be peacemaker. He's trying to, you know, be the voice of reason, as everyone keeps calling him. He's trying to calm down Cody. He's trying to calm down Kevin. Kevin's not having no parts of this. He accidentally hits Randy in the face, and Randy says, F that, and he punches around Kevin Owens right in the mouth. And Kevin Owens had this look in his face like, Randy, we're supposed to be friends. So I'm kind of I'm excited about the whole interaction between Cody, Kevin, and Randy, but I'm like, yo, what happened, man? We're supposed to get this match between these black excellence. And I'm thinking, like, man, what's going on? The match actually still happens, so I'm like, okay, cool. But the thing is, the match was relatively short. Bianca and Jade ended up beating Jakara and Lash. It was like a 5-minute match. It was good, but I would have liked to see more. And I understand what they're going for with Kevin, you know, the whole unpredictability. Like, you don't know what Kevin Owens is going to do. But it kind of sucks that it came at the hands of, you know, this women's match. So hopefully they can run it back one day. Hopefully we can get a rematch without Kevin Owens messing everything up. But yeah, man. But another match I was looking forward to was the United States Championship match. LA Knight, yeah, taking on Carmelo Hayes. And there was a big part of me that was thinking maybe Carmelo Hayes could figure out a way to cheat and become United States champion. Not that I have anything against LA Knight. I really like LA Knight, but Carmelo Hayes is right there, you know what I'm saying? But tonight wasn't his night. Carmelo did not win. You even had Andrade out there. He was sitting ringside. And Carmelo, he was kind of distracted by Andrade. And that kind of cost him the match. Cost him this win. And LA Knight is still your United States champion. And then after the match, you see Carmelo sitting at ringside. He's looking sad. He's looking upset because he lost. He wanted to be United States champion. And Andrade comes up to him and he says in Spanish, "Just put the fries in the bag, bro." Kind of a little bit of payback for what Carmelo did to Andrade a few weeks ago. So it is what it is. Somebody's got to put those fries in that bag. Hopefully we'll get our fries one day. And then later in the night, you see Carmelo talking to Nick Aldis. He's like, "Listen, man, I'm supposed to be United States champion. What happened?" And Nick Aldis is like, "Listen, the way I see it, whoever wins this Game 7 match between Andrade and Carmelo will be the official #1 contender to face LA Knight." And I don't know if this is happening next week or what, but I do see that this ends in a triple threat match somehow, and it's going to be all 3-man wrestling for the United States Championship. I'm mad at that, but I'm definitely not mad at seeing Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes wrestle one more time. And as you know, Carmelo is leaving, you have Legado del Fantasma, who I kind of forgot existed. I thought they fell off the face of the earth. They're talking to Nick Aldis and they're saying that, "Listen, man, we're tired of seeing Andrade and Carmelo get all these opportunities. We're tired of seeing the Street Profits and DIY get all these tag team opportunities. When is it going to be Legado's turn?" And Nick Aldis says, "Listen, we have a new team coming in next week, and I can't think of a better opponent for them than Legado del Fantasma." And we did see another vignette hinting very, 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 very heavily at Motorcity Machine Guns pulling up to SmackDown next week. So I'm assuming it's going to be Legado versus the Motorcity Machine Guns, and I can't wait for it. So after all the shenanigans that took place earlier with Kevin Owens, Randy, and Cody's still fired up. He's outside of his tour bus. Nick Aldis and Randy Orton are talking to him. They're trying to calm him down. They're saying, "Listen, the crown jewel is right around the corner. You got to focus on Gunther. Just get on the bus, man. Just hit the next town. Take it easy. Randy Orton's going to handle this." And Nick Aldis kind of gives Randy a pat on the back, looking like, "Yeah, look at you being all mature and whatnot, Randy. I'm proud of you, kid." And Randy's looking like, "I want that WWE Championship." So later in the night, speaking of more Nick Aldis, you see him talking with Street Profits and DIY. And they're saying that they want another shot at the tag team titles. But Nick Aldis is like, "Listen, man, you guys lost in the ladder match against the Bloodline. So we got this new tag team coming in." And they're all upset. And as this is happening, you hear a commotion. And it's none other than Kevin Owens once again sticking his big Canadian nose in other people's business. He's beating up his former tag team partner and former friend, Randy Orton. And you can hear Kevin Owens saying, "Now you can finally pick a side." Because Randy, he's being a good friend because he's friends with both Kevin and Cody. So he's trying to play peacemaker. And Kevin's like, "No, nah. You got to pick a side. And it's looking like I'm going to pick it for you." So I'm looking forward to Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. And I'm thinking that this could possibly lead to another triple threat match. Kevin Owens, Cody, Randy, possibly Survivor Series for the WWE Championship. We'll see, man. We'll see. Now we have a segment between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. And before they came out to the ring, you saw Tiffany Stratton kind of looking at Nia Jax's championship because she's missed Money in the Bank. And Nia Jax knows this as well. So she tells Tiffany Stratton, "Listen, at Crown Jewel. She's gonna beat Liv Morgan, and then what's gonna happen is Tiffany Stratton is gonna cash in on Liv Morgan, cause Nia Jax wants no part of Tiffany Stratton. She doesn't want to beat her up. She doesn't want to get beat. So she's saying, listen, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna beat Liv. You're gonna cash in, and we'll both be champions. Cause it's Tiffy time. She's kind of like strong arms Tiffany Stratton into this. And as all this is happening, you see Naomi come out, and she's saying, look, man, I beat Tiffany Stratton. I beat you. I want a shot at the women's championship. And then as this is happening, Liv Morgan pulls up, because, you know, Nia Jax said her name, and the way wrestling works, if you say somebody's name, they got to come out. So she comes out with Raquel and Dominic Mysterio. And this leads us to our match between Nia Jax and Naomi. And of course you have Raquel and Liv and Dominic at ringside, and they're causing distraction. And Nia Jax gets distracted. Naomi gets the win with a powerbomb on Nia Jax. And as you know, all the commotion and shenanigans is going on, Rhea Ripley pulls up, and I'm like, well, I guess the draft is just out the window for the time being. Who cares? These things happen all the time. But Rhea Ripley comes out. She's beating up Dominic Mysterio. She's beating up Raquel. She's beating up Liv. Naomi's like, yeah, I won. Hooray for me. So it's a whole bunch of shenanigans going on. I mean, we got a whole lot going on in the women's division. So that's always a good thing. But the final thing I want to talk about, of course, is our main event. Solo Sikoa heard what Jimmy Uso had to say. He said that even though Jimmy is big brother, Solo is the tribal chief now, and Jimmy will acknowledge him. So the Bloodline come out. They come out 4 deep. Jimmy comes out by himself, which I don't know why, but it makes sense, because, you know, who's gonna come and help Jimmy, right? So Jimmy and Solo actually have a really good match. Dare I say, better than the Jimmy Jay match. And as much as I love the Usos, man, Jimmy and Jay, that match wasn't good. But like I said, the match between Jimmy and Solo was actually really good, man. You had Solo busting out spinning heel kicks. I haven't seen him do that since NXT. Jimmy's looking really good in his first match back in like 6 months. So, really good match. Solo ended up getting the win with the Samoan Spike. And you also had the Bloodline outside, you know, Jacobs messing with Jimmy. You got the Tongans messing with Jimmy. So, and this is the numbers game, so you already know how that goes. Solo got the win. He hits the Samoan Spike. The Bloodline are putting the beat down on Jimmy. And then we have the OTC. Roman Reigns come out. He's clearing house. He's taking out the Gorillas of Destiny. He hits a Superman punch on Jacob Fatu. He's standing face to face with Solo. They're throwing hands, but the Bloodline pulls up again, because it's still 4 of them against the now 2 members of the OG Bloodline. And to my surprise, for the first time since a few weeks, the Bloodline actually puts down Roman and Jimmy. So this goes back to what Jimmy was saying earlier, that they need help. And it's looking like we're getting the band back together. But here's the thing, man. Jay is getting it. He's doing his own thing. He's finding success on his own. He finally won the Intercontinental Championship. He's doing his own thing. He's finally being his own man outside of the Bloodline, outside of the Usos. And you know, him and Roman and Jimmy as well, they've had their issues. So what is it going to take for Jay to come back around, to join up back with his family, to join up back with his brother, to join up with his cousin? We just got to wait and see. And on top of that, what does The Rock think about all of this? Is he somewhere drinking Terramana? Is he somewhere slapping his arm and talking about Mana? We can only wait and see. But with that being said, guys, what did you think of this week's episode of SmackDown? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Peace. I'm out. Peace.